Hello and welcome. I am Xlight and this is my channel. Today we're going to talk about some of the legends surrounding Mount Shasta. They go back a long way. We're going to learn about some. Before we get started, if you would please give this video a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. Come on guys, just click that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed and you'd like to be, please do that. And when you do, please click that bell so you'll know when my content goes live. If you have been enjoying these videos, these 31 days of Halloween, there's a tip jar down below, basically, and it says thanks. Click on that and you can leave a tip. I'd really appreciate that too, but as always, it's not necessary. Now let's get started with these, shall we? Mount Shasta is home to a gorgeous view. The scenery's endless adventure and myths and legends. That's right. The striking California peak has its fare of interesting tales that have given it a reputation as a mountain of many mysteries. From Native American legends to modern-day urban myths, the theories surrounding Mount Shasta's mysteries are many. So before your next getaway to Shasta, learn about some of these epic sagas and fables that make the mountain even more interesting. Wouldn't you want a cool story to tell when pitching a tent in one of the best campgrounds in the Shasta Cascades? No, not really. I try to stay away from national forests. But if you don't, then here we go. There are many different accounts of Native American legends surrounding the mystery of Mount Shasta, and each is more interesting than the next. Shasta is considered a sacred place for Native Americans. Many can even date their lineages back to a time when eruptions on the mountain were still taking place. The region where this mighty peak stands is the home of, and I'll try not to murder these tribe names. If I do, please go ahead, feel free to let me know down below. So it's the home of the Shasta, the Ostagui, Achimwawi, Wintu, and Modoc tribes. I hope that's correct. If not, I apologize. In fact, Shasta is believed to be where many prominent figures in Peyotism and Native American history, such as Gmokunk, the creator, used to live. There's also a widespread belief that the original bones of Modoc people were also placed there. Therefore, it's not uncommon to bring offerings when visiting the mountain to show respect for the dead. There are many trips you can take that celebrate culture and tradition at Mount Shasta. For example, the Winnemem Wintu regard the area as their native place of worship, and they regularly host rituals such as coming-of-age ceremonies by the rivers in the region. Mount Shasta is as pivotal when it comes to the mythical world of Native American legends. Among the mythical creatures that are believed to inhabit this mountain range are the Matah-Kogmi, which is the Modoc word for Bigfoot. The Mount Shasta legends of Matah-Kogmi paint the creatures as protectors of the woods. Joaquin Miller, who was once nicknamed the Poet of the Sierras, also recorded various legends around the mountains related to Native Americans in the 1870s. According to him, Mount Shasta was another focal point in sacred tales for the indigenous people of Klamath. It is believed to be inhabited by the spirit of Chief Skell, who's descended from heaven to the mountain's summit. There are plenty of Mount Shasta legends that aren't related to indigenous peoples as well, the most famous of which surrounds the lost continent of Lemuria. The well-known Mount Shasta myth says that somewhere deep beneath the 14,179-foot tall mountain is a complex world of tunnels and a hidden city called Talos, also known as the ancient city of light. To the town of Talos, it is home to an ancient community of people called Lemurians. Those who believe in this Mount Shasta mystery say that the Lemurians were residents of the mystical lost continent of Lemuria. The continent existed until it was engulfed under the waves of the Indian Ocean many, many thousands of years ago. But according to other theorists, the Pacific Ocean may have been the reason too. However it happens, some claim that the Lemurians survived this catastrophe and settled in the underground city of Talos. People who are drawn to the mountain for its tales have reported seeing 7-foot tall creatures with long, flowy hair on the mountains. They believe they're the offspring of surviving Lemurians. Over the years, this Mount Shasta legend became so widespread that many authors interested in its mystique wrote books about it. This legend then became incorporated into numerous occult religions, including one called, quote-unquote, I Am Activity, the Summit Lighthouse, and Church Universal and Triumphant. The Lemurians aren't the only mythical creatures theorists believe that inhabit this majestic Mount Shasta. Some people also believe that the mountain hides lizard people, which are reptilian humanoids that are said to live underground, or are the royal family in England. That one's for you, Rob. However, I'm not going to go down that rat hole at this time. Considering the number of mysteries and legends surrounding Mount Shasta, UFO sightings aren't the most surprising thing to hear about. And when you take into account the many other sightings in nearby cities such as Dunsmuir, the extraterrestrial mysteries of Mount Shasta start to make even more sense. The latest claim of UFO sightings in Mount Shasta that made headlines dates back to February 2020. A picture of a glowing orb in the sky in the area became viral on the internet. Many people, including theorists, believe it to be a flying saucer from outer space, obviously. To the disappointment of many, it was soon discovered that the glowing orb was, in fact, a rare weather phenomenon, and the UFO claim was debunked. Or was it? However, hundreds of other extraterrestrial tales surround Mount Shasta, making it a hotbed for theories regarding alien existence. One Shasta resident by the name of Wallenstein has been more than happy to share his own personal encounters, as well as others, in a self-published book titled Mount Shasta Sightings. Wallenstein documents photographs, dates, stories, and research of UFO life on Mount Shasta in an over 625-page book, and it's in vivid detail. So if you're interested in that, as soon as you're done with this video, go ahead, head on over to Amazon. So whether it's to discover an ancient civilization hiding in plain sight, prove the existence of alien life, or go on a spiritual journey of self-discovery, it's clear that Mount Shasta's striking presence and complex geology have intrigued people for a very long time. From the giant boulders to the abundant rushing streams, the mountain attracts a wide variety of creatures, plants, and people, UFOs, Bigfoot, things like that. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you believe in spiritual and metaphysical tales. However, it's important to approach these legends with respect, as they are sacred, or at the very least, special to someone somewhere. And if you've been to Mount Shasta before, learning about its myths and legends, did you feel a special kind of presence there? Then maybe the mountain was speaking to you. And whether or not you're spiritual, maybe you found your own way of dealing with it, just as others have. Thank you for coming to my channel, and good night.